Was poppin', was poppin'. Welcome to Life According to Rick. Now, this one right here means a lot to me. Father's Day is coming up, and it also happens to be my daughter Layla's birthday. So instead of doing anything big, I just wanted us to sit down, talk, and be present with each other. Layla's here with me today. Hi, mommy. How are you?
Hi, what's going on, guys?
I'm so glad you are here with us today. It means a lot. And happy birthday. It's officially today your birthday. And you got any big plans?
Yeah, I'm gonna, I kept it calm this year. I'm just gonna do like a simple dinner with my best friend. She's coming over to, to sleep over at my house. And we're, just gonna chill, just eat food, 'cause I'm a big foodie. I just want food. That's all I want. That's all I want. I don't ask for much. I just want food. And then um I still have like a whole bunch of tests coming up. So like after like all of that is done with like the school year, we're probably just gonna do something bigger. And yeah.
That's exciting.
Hmm.
I'm excited for you. I mean, you're like officially now done with school. You're no longer a junior. You're gonna be a senior in the fall. That must be
Hmm.
like really exciting and big for you.
Literally, this year has been so stressful. Like I have never had a year that's been this much. Like I've never been so frequently busy as much as I have been this year. Like it's crazy. And then senior year's coming up and like think about college and where I want to go. It's just a lot. Like it's a whole new world that I haven't stepped my foot in yet.
Right, right. I mean, I know that it can be stressful because you're like, this is like your future and you're planning everything. So, talking about that, like, do you have any idea of like what you want to study? Like, what do you want to look into?
So I personally want to look into, I want to major in psychology and neuroscience to become a neuropsychologist. Psychology has been a big thing to me since I was like eighth grade, seventh grade. And what's crazy to me is like a lot of my friends, like, I don't want to sound shady, but don't have their lives together. Like, I'll be asking, like, hey, college is coming up. It's our senior year. What do you want to major in? They're like, I don't know. And I'm like, am I the only one that, like, knows set in stone, like, what I want to do, how I want to do it? I mean, to each their own. We're still, 16, 17. Everyone is still trying to figure out the ins and out. I'm like, I'd be feeling weird about it. I don't know.
Nah, I feel you. I mean, listen, at that age, I don't even think I had any idea of what I wanted to do in life. And so, yet alone, like, I kind of understand, especially, this generation, they're not really focused on that. But I guess when it comes to you, you're like one of a kind. You're very unique in your own way, and that's dope. I really like that. I mean, I never really knew that about you because we never really have those type of conversations. But I guess that's why we're here to kind of like share those kind of things.
Dig deep.
Yeah, we're gonna dig deep. So, what's the city been like? Because the Knicks won the championship, and granted, I'm not living in New York no more, but I was just like off the walls, and
Yo, I feel like this whole like championship thing was crazy. Every day, I have never seen us, being in New York, everyone is always united. We can be crazy, but I have never seen us so, I guess, put together as a community like that. Like I would walk outside, on my way to school, and just random people be wearing their Knicks jersey, random people coming up to each other talking about the game. I'm like, okay, period. Y'all do y'all thing. And then when we won, I think it was like 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock. All you hear is people screaming outside, running, cars honking everywhere, fireworks going off. My mom was screaming out the window. It was so funny. It was hilarious. And then when I went back to school, like in my cafeteria we have like a big projected thing and we played the game like a replay of the game and everyone was screaming. It was hilarious. It
That's
was it was
dope.
dope.
Yeah, the
It was really
energy
dope.
the energy is always live in the city. Like this, that's what I miss about New York is just like when it comes to stuff like that, like people get together and just, they share that common thing.
Yeah.
That's fire. So what is like your day-to-day like? Like school, like, like your routine, it just like what is your day-to-day?
So it really depends on the day, to be honest, but I'm never not doing something. So if it's like a regular day, I go to school, do what I gotta do SAT prep, do preparation for college stuff, information about college, do my work like the great student that I am. Um, um, and then I'm in student council, so I would do student council meetings, plan for events and stuff like that. And then when it's like middle of the year, when we have like a whole bunch of events coming up, I'm in dance, so I would have to stay after school until like 7 o'clock, wouldn't come home until like 8:30, doing dance practice for shows and stuff like that, choreographing my own stuff because I love to choreograph. That's like a big passion of mine. I love to dance. It's always been a thing since I was little. So I would be choreographing stuff for the show, and then yeah, everything else that follows after that, my Saturdays got taken away from me. And, like every Saturday, I would either be like at an event, like for like summer programs or stuff like that. Because you need extracurriculars for, when you're applying
For
to college. And that's
right.
another thing too. I feel like the whole process, like I don't know if high school was this challenging, for the old like the millennials and stuff like that, but it's crazy. Like the stuff that they require nowadays, like for college and everything, like you have to, you know, have like 10,000 volunteer hours and you have to solve cancer and all this like unrealistic stuff. And I'm like, I, it's kind of like y'all are asking too much for me to just go to school and get an education.
Right. No, and it's crazy because I feel as though, back then, I mean, there's always so you have to meet those certain criterias, to get into school and whatnot. But it, like you said, like now is there's so many hoops you have to jump through.
Yeah, like it's crazy. My dream school is NYU, and for NYU, like my grades, that's never been a problem. But like SAT scores, the SAT score that you need is like a 1510, and the SAT scores are out of 1600.
Right.
And I'm like, guys, not every student, like, do you want me to come to your school or not? Like, I personally, not to be cocky, I would be an amazing fit. But I'm like, some things are just like unrealistic. And y'all, I'm always getting emails about, oh yeah, come to this school, come to my school. We think you make a great fit. And you're not making that process any easier for me. Like I'm trying my hardest.
Right. Nah, I feel like you've always been very smart and you're very driven. So I think that if you when you take the SATs, like you would do, I think you would get a good score. Like I have no doubt in my mind. Like you always accomplish things that you put your mind to.
Yeah.
That's my
I even
girl.
wrote I wrote my personal statement on that too about like, like the pressures of me, giving the title like of being independent and, being I guess categorized as like the smart one because I may be the youngest, out of all of my siblings, but over here on my mom's side, I am the oldest. So I'm like I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to set an example for my younger sister, and that sometimes can be a lot, which is also why I think I'm very independent. I've been independent for as long as I can remember. So yeah, especially oof, at my old school, um, I went to Success Academy from elementary school to middle school, and it was literally military boot camp. I was learning things at like the ripe age of like 8 that like a freshman in high school would be learning.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
I think a lot of like my environment when, at that young age also contributed to, me being independent, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but again, it also comes with a lot of, facing pressures and dealing with that academic pressure and, yeah.
Right. No, but that's good because, I feel like early on you kind of got that structure. So
Mm,
it basically preparing you. And I know for a lot of kids that don't have those opportunities to go to those type of like charter schools or academies, like they don't have those same goals because the curriculum in public schools are definitely not the same.
yeah.
Yeah. So
Mm.
well, I mean, besides NYU, I mean, that would be super dope. And I'd be dumb hype if you got accepted into NYU. Like, what are some like other schools that you kind of like? I know obviously NYU is your first choice, but do you have
Mm.
like any other choices, like just like a backup?
So that is honestly a mixed bag. So we have this thing in my college career class where they put in all your information, like your SAT scores and your grades and all the, type of classes that you took. And I can get into every city college school in New York. So any
Hmm.
college that I would apply to, I'm basically good on. It's just like again, those schools like NYU is challenging. Columbia, that's an Ivy League. That would also be amazing if I got in. But other colleges, like my backup, like safety schools, probably be like Hunter College, Lehman, Pace. Still trying to, find my list. I need to expand my palette right now. But I definitely know that I do college in New York only because like I've been here my whole life, so I can't really see myself being at a college that's outside of my community, if that makes sense.
Right. No, yeah, yeah. Like, out of like your comfort zone.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you obviously you'll be close to home, you close to your mom and your sister and stuff like that. So yeah, I get that.
yeah.
So I mean, obviously you mentioned, right? Like obviously you're the oldest at home, you have your
Mhm.
little sister, but on my side, I mean, you
Mhm.
were the youngest up
I
until
was.
we had
Harlem took that spot.
Harlem took that spot. It's so funny because Nana was kind of like on that same wave. Like, she was like, I was the youngest. I mean, obviously, you were the youngest, but because you're in New York, out here, she was like the youngest. So
Mhm.
she was trying to hold on to that title for a minute. She's crazy.
Yeah.
So how does that feel for you? Like you having like your oldest siblings, I mean, I know you guys occasionally talk because like Nana and Little tell me like, oh, I spoke to Layla and stuff like that. So I love that, that even though, you being out there, that you guys kind of have that relationship as siblings.
Mhm. Yeah, I love I guess the switch up. The fluctuation of, being oldest here and, not the youngest anymore, so I gotta say the youngest daughter. So being the youngest daughter on, your side, and I just love like being able to know that I have like older siblings that I can look up to, or, when I want to talk to them about something, like I'll go to Nana and I'll text her, be like, hey, like this and this happened, like I don't know what I should do about it. And then she'll text me back. And I just love that little, that's just twin. That's just twin. I can't really say nothing, but that's just twin. Like I just love how, they're both always there for me. And then with Harlem, that's kind of difficult because he can't text or, you know, do
Right.
anything. But uh I feel like Harlem is a little bit difficult because I definitely feel like I'm missing out on a lot of things, which I kind of can connect to you about it, that I feel like, me being over here and being like so far apart, that you definitely miss like a lot of things and a lot of milestones, which I also feel like I missed a lot of, watching Harlem grow up. Every time I see when he posts on Instagram, I'm like seeing him grow like right in front of my face. I'm like, dang, like time
Yeah.
flies. That's crazy.
No, for real. And for me, it's surreal because now you're 17 and like I legit remember like it was yesterday, like when you were born. And it's what's even more wild is that I literally moved out here like 10 days before you were born.
Mm,
And I made sure that I went to New York, for your birth, like, to see you come into the world. And I was able to hold you and stuff like that, but then I had to leave. And so, like for me, it's more difficult. It's been difficult because I know as a father, you definitely want to be there for your kids 24/7 and be present. And I kind of feel like we've missed that. But I feel like, granted, the distance has kind of kept us apart, but we check in, and I always make sure that you're good. And I always want you to know that 100%, like, I love you no matter what. And if you ever need me or you need to talk to me, like, I'm always here. Like, that's no question.
I love you too.
I'm my baby girl. Yeah. But yeah, I'm super proud of you. I can't even say that enough. Like, I just seeing you and hearing you talking, like, is I can see like the growth and the maturity, like, at your age is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of my friends say that they think that I'm like not too mature for my age, but mature enough. I'm a very mature intellectual person, and I love having like deep conversations. That's a favorite thing of mine. I love deep conversations. You get to know just a lot about the other person and just to talk and have conversation.
Right, right. No, that's dope because, I feel like that's what this generation is missing. It's more having those conversations and having those deep talks and kind of like having those serious topics, not just
Mhm.
talking, nonsense or whatever the case is.
Yeah, for the
But
record, I don't associate myself with this generation. I can't deal with it. I really can't. It's getting out of pocket. It's getting out of hand. Everybody and their mama think they grown and they really not. It's bad. There's no reason why like everyone's like 13, 14 getting pregnant and thinking it's cute. And literally the other day I was talking to my friends about this. My old school, the eighth graders, they had their prom and they had a whole after party for their prom. And they none of them like they was outside until 1 a.m. And I'm like, y'all are 13 years old.
yeah, that's
Y'all are
crazy.
13 years old. When I was 13 and I was in eighth grade, I was busy doing my work, being Layla, and doing what I had to do. I was hanging out, but I wasn't staying out until like no 1 a.m. That's crazy to me. That's actually crazy.
No, that's crazy work, especially for a 13-year-old. Like, that's super OD. Now, was that the school doing the after party, or like people like decided to just go
Yeah,
to
those
a?
were the students that decided to like make their own after party. I'm like, yeah, why are y'all speeding up the process? Y'all over here drinking and stuff, y'all face are gonna be sagging by the time you're 17.
No, I to be honest, I feel like the more what's even more crazy about that is that the parents are allowing them to like do that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
That's
And a lot of
wild.
times the parents had their kids, at a young age themselves. So it's like it's generational curses going back and back and back and back. And nobody's breaking that curse.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I mean, and I probably literally on every episode that I've had like your siblings on, I think we've touched this conversation about exactly that. Like the babies having babies. So it's like
Hmm.
there's really no structure, and so they're growing up together, and it just basically proves a point that that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy to me.
super OD. How would your friends describe you, Miss Layla?
Mm. Well, it depends on who you ask. Like, I feel
Right.
like I have different personalities depending on who I'm with. If you were to ask my best friend, she would say that I'm mature, I'm caring, I'm intelligent, I'm loyal, and I don't know what the word for it is, but I always have advice on hand. Like if you come to me about anything, even if I haven't gone through it myself, I got you. Like I plucked that advice out of thin air. I don't know where I'm grabbing it from, but I always got somebody. And then everyone else, they could say the same thing about, advice and everything. I'm the youngest at my school. I'm the youngest out of majority of my friends, and I act like the oldest because I act like a mom to all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm, deeply caring. If somebody needs something, I always got them. But yeah, but some of them I might be more closed off with them. Some of them I'm very outgoing. I'm like, it depends on who I'm with. I wouldn't say that I'm too introverted. I'm shy off rip, but once you get me talking, I'm very like lively and outgoing. So
You
I see the parallel with you and mom. Mom, she's very, shy and quiet, and you're outgoing.
yeah, you very much have some of your daddy's qualities, I can say.
Hmm.
And it's funny because I feel when it comes to my friends, right? I'm probably like that too. Like if somebody came to me and was like, "Yo, like I need your advice on this," like whether I don't have a direct answer, but I'll eventually like, yeah, and give my insight on it.
Yeah. Even if
Yeah.
it's like, even with the advice, like sometimes I don't always have advice to give, but I feel like me just being there and listening is, like it's enough. Like I feel like not everyone always has something to say, but somebody wants to experience, being heard, and they're always not even looking for an answer right away. They just
Right.
want, someone in that moment to, feel heard.
Right. Like, they just trying to vent. They don't
Hmm.
they're not necessarily looking for an answer or a response, but sometimes they just like you said, they need to be heard, they need to get it off their chest, and it's always good to I feel like that's very good quality in a person. Like it shows you're very empathetic to people's feelings and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, very much like your daddy. Oh man. Obviously, we live very far apart, and whenever I get the chance, like if I come to the city, I always make it a point to come and see you. So like how does that make you feel? Like, me not being able to be there close to you.
I feel like it's definitely impacting me. No, I feel like every child obviously wants like, a two-parent household, and
Right.
a lot of children need their father. And so with that, like I was obviously growing up, I was obviously upset about it, but I always understood that like no one was out at fault for anything. and that, it's not like you chose to, be so far away. Like, stuff happens. And, my mom always reminded me that too. Like, nobody was at fault for anything that happened, and you still, you know, did what you could and, came down, little Nana and Andy, to the house to see me, even if it was just for like, an hour or anything. Like, and that mattered to me. So I would say when I was younger, like I was upset by it, but now, like, I'm I understand.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
good. I mean, I know for me personally as a parent, I've always been that type of dad that I've always wanted to be there for my kids and be present. And so I think when it comes to you, it's always been a little bit more difficult for me because of that. Especially now with Harlem, because I know obviously he's little, so I'm here with him full time and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, it makes me reflect a little bit like, damn, like I didn't get to do that with Layla, but I don't try to beat myself up about it. But, it as a dad, it kind of lingers, and it brings me back to you. Like, I always wonder, like, how you felt or what you thought about certain things.
Mhm. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, like I honestly, sometimes like with Harlem, I see myself in Harlem, if that makes sense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
with the like little recordings with Harlem in the back. Like I remember when I would come up there, like in the summer or like, Thanksgiving break, I would be in the back and you would be, be recording me or something like that, or even, we're just hanging out and that was really fun. So I kind of see, the little parallels, which, it does make me sad, but I'm not too, I guess, bothered, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I get it. I just wanted you to, well, I wanted us to have that understanding,
Mhm.
that everything that happened, it wasn't like intentional or, to make you feel left out or that I abandoned you or anything like that, because that was never the case, you know. And any little time with you was just like amazing for me because, I love seeing you and, spending time with you. That's why whenever I come to the city, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I want to see you. Like, let's get together. Like the last time that we went with Harlem, that we,
Mhm.
we was literally driving
That
all
was
over the
dope.
city.
Literally went to every borough in the whole day.
Facts.
That was dope.
Facts. Yeah, we went to the city. We went to Brooklyn. Drove through Queens. Like it was crazy. Like all in one day.
Yeah. And then I
And that,
love just like me and Harlem, bonding in the back. Like that was fun too.
yeah, he was a lot smaller then. I feel like if you was to
Mhm.
chill with him now, like you would just bug out with him. Like he's mad funny. Yeah. And the thing is that I mean, granted, like even though you're in New York, like he knows like you're his sister. So like every time like he'll be like, "That's Layla." Like we have your pictures like on the wall and stuff like that. So like he'll see
Mm.
you. He'll be like, "That's Sissy." I'm like, "Yeah, that's your sis.
Oh.
That's your sister, man." Like he.
Oh my God, I miss him so much.
Yeah, he's a trip. I'm hoping like, I mean, I know like you have a lot going on with school and stuff like that, but I definitely wish like you could come out here for like, I don't know, for break or something and kind of just like spend some time with us or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Nana were talking about that the other day. She was asking me like, I should, come up there, and I was like, I would love to, but I'm working this summer. It's my first like summer job, so
What?
yeah, I'm working at the hospital. I'm doing a hospital internship, so that's gonna be
Nice.
fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what exactly does the internship entail? Like what are you gonna be doing?
So, from my understanding, I think so. The first week, I think like I'm just gonna be an office aide, and then so it's 6 weeks. First week, I'm be an office aide, like doing filing like patient patient entries, that type of stuff. And then the next 5 weeks, like I'll be like, I guess shadowing like other doctors, helping out with like patients and stuff like that, which is really cool because, me being a neuropsychologist is not like a doctor, but it is in like the doctor field, which is like really, really good. And so I can get a, uh,
Of
understanding of like the field that I want to enter in, which is cool.
right, right. No, that's fire. That's actually
Yeah.
dope. Oh, I'm excited for you.
Yeah, and what's even better is that I got the internship through like it was like through a series of like programs, so you could pick whatever like, job that you want. A lot of the jobs on there were like, regular 9 to 5s. The hospital internship is a 9 to 3, but you get paid the same amount as any of the other jobs. So I'm getting paid the same amount for 2 hours less.
Nice. Hey, ain't
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that. And then you got the rest of the day to kind of just chill out.
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. So, when do you start doing that?
I start July 6th and then I end, I think, August 14th or 15th. I think it's 14th. Yeah.
So, kind of like right before school starts, right?
I don't start school until September, so I still like September 11th or 10th. I think 10th, September 10th. So I have like still a bit of time to like enjoy my summer and stuff like that.
That's dope. Yeah, because let me
Yeah.
tell you, senior year is gonna fly by for you. Like, if you thought junior year was like, you know, fast, we're already going into your senior year. Like, I remember you talking about starting high school and being a freshman, and like it's just crazy to me just how fast time is moving.
I thought everyone was lying about when they say like high school like flies by. Also like starting a new high school in general, I was scared. I've always been with the same group of people and I was entering an atmosphere like I didn't have any friends coming into it. No, nobody that I knew was going to the school that I was going to. So it was like a brand new start. And then I met my people. And then after that, like boom, already in senior year, and I'm like, what? Like I don't know if I'm trying my hardest to make the most out of it, but it's like time is going by so fast that I'm like struggling to make those memories at the same time.
Like you're trying to keep up, you're trying to catch up to like just capture everything.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's crazy. Like it's funny because one of your great uncles, my uncle, I remember when I was like in my 20s, and he was like Rick, he's like, next thing you know, you're gonna be in your 40s. And it's like now I'm here. Like I'm like, damn, I still talk to him and I'll be like, yo, Theo, I'm like, you wasn't lying. Like it came by fast. Like it's yeah, like it's OD. I'm just be like, yo, like where did time go?
Next thing you know, I'm gonna be 25, working,
Oh my
just
God. Like it's just crazy to me because I think about it now, like even little's now 25. So just you saying that out loud is just I'm like, whoa.
I got some unk siblings. Everybody is unk.
Yeah. And I'm a pop. I'm like, I still can't get over that.
Yeah, crazy.
Use an auntie. I'm like, you use a auntie.
Yeah, I need to meet. That's what I'm saying. I need to go over there. Like, I want to meet her and, just see everybody. I need to be back connected with my roots
Yeah.
and everything.
No,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, my doors are always open for you. You're more than welcome to come whenever you want. You just say the word and we'll definitely try to make it happen cuz I feel like now that you're getting older, I mean, granted, everything has happened, we can't really sit here and dwell on the past. I feel like now is more important because now that you're getting older, like I feel like now we can really build our relationship in a sense
Hmm.
because now you're becoming your own person, and I think that's dope and I'm really looking forward to that because, sometimes I want to like talk to you, and I'm like, I don't even know my own daughter. Like, I don't know what she likes. I don't know what she's into, and it's kind of like we're getting to like know each other like all over again.
Hmm. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I mean,
It's
I remember when you told me, I'm like, because I remember you used to be into Marvel, and then you were like, I'm not really into Marvel like that no more.
no, I really was. Like I dead had a Marvel phase. I loved Marvel and then I don't know what happened. I just kind of I fizzled out of it. I think the last Marvel thing that I really like watched and enjoyed was probably WandaVision. And then after that, I stopped after that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like for a lot of people, I think after WandaVision, things kind of fizzled out, but it was just
Yeah.
the overly saturation of like all the shows and the movies. I think like
Yeah.
they were
The
doing
spin-offs
too
were crazy.
yeah, they was like doing too much, but I think now they're kind of getting back into like, you know, leveling things out.
Hmm.
That new
Yeah.
Spider-Man looks dope.
I want to see it. I really want to see it so bad. I saw the new trailer that came out today and I was like, yo, this looks dope.
Yo, that movie looks official, official.
Like we're bringing the OG Marvel back. I love
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, for real. I know you went. Do you still like Harry Potter? I know you like went through like a Harry Potter phase.
I'm still a Harry Potter fan to this day. I will die on that hill. I will
Yeah,
rewatch the franchise over and over again. That's got to be like my number one franchise ever.
you
Like,
and you and your sister are just like she's like I'm Team Slytherin or whatever. I'm like okay.
I'm a Ravenclaw because I'm just
Yeah.
yeah, it's me.
I know you could definitely have those conversations with your sister because she'd be like into all that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this is so good. I'm so glad. I really missed you.
I miss you too.
Yeah. It's so dope to like have you on the show and everything.
Yeah, I've been wanting to like I've been listening to them. I was like, dang, like I need to get on here. But I didn't know like how to like I guess not ask, but like I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
mean
don't know.
you should have just like, hey dad, I wanna like come on your podcast. I mean, it's funny because to me like this podcast is just basically it's like a journal, right? So
Hmm.
like, and obviously you guys are part of my story. Like you guys are my children. You guys are gonna be my legacy. Like when I'm no longer here, the podcast will still be in the internet somewhere, and you guys can always go back and listen to them and stuff like that, and even like the videos on YouTube and stuff. So like, I feel like low key it's kind of been like therapeutic, but also like that me leaving something behind for you guys.
Hmm. Heavy on the therapeutic thing. Like again, I've been like listening to, a lot of the episodes and I hear a lot of like reflection and everything. And like me talking even right now, like I feel like I'm a very closed off person. And so like, me openly talking about, building our relationship and everything like that, I feel like it's very therapeutic to, not only you, but, all the guests that have come on the podcast as well.
Yeah. No, and I
Yeah.
mean, I know for a fact, like me personally, I've always been that way, where I've been closed off and, kind of had a hard time to like open up about certain things. But with the podcast, I feel as though it's really helped me to be more open and transparent about certain things that I would never really speak about.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love this. This is fun.
Yeah, this is so good. I love it. So I'm really excited. Like you're gonna be doing your internship. So I mean, once you're done with the internship, like, do you have any like plans as far as like how you're gonna enjoy the rest of the summer before you like have to go into your senior year and get into all that stuff?
To be honest, I really haven't thought that far ahead. Like, I'd say this junior year was hectic. Like, I loved my junior year, but I would never want to relive it again. I like this year was so crazy. Like staying up until like 2 a.m., having to get up at like 6 o'clock the next day, running on 4 hours of sleep, then rehearsals, and then all crazy. I
Yeah,
don't want to do that, and I feel bad for all the sophomores. Made their souls do what they do.
yeah, that's OD. I mean that is a lot, and I can definitely understand like what you mean about like the pressures and I feel like when kids your age are going through that, like that can emotionally like do something to them.
Hmm. Yeah, I feel like now as like a rising senior, I'm definitely a completely different person than I was when I was first coming into like as a freshman. Because from eighth grade to freshman year, like I was like I said, the school that I came from, like really did a number on me. So I was going through like a lot. I was dealing with a lot of things, and I had like a lot of panic attacks and like nobody has ever like seen that side of me. So it was like odd. So it came off as like me just, being like a rebellious teenager, but like no, like I was just like dealing with, a lot of pressures that I didn't know how to handle at the time. And
Right.
meeting my best friend, she, went through the same thing that I was going through. So, being closer with her has also helped me, you know, I guess better myself if that makes sense and learn like different stuff like, not to hold everything inside because I was again completely shut off. Now I'm more open to, talking about certain things and, being vulnerable when it comes to stuff like that and, talking about myself. And yeah, and a lot of people always say like, oh, like I would never, think that, you were the type of person to go through that. And it's like you can't really say that for anybody. You never really know what's going on behind closed doors and what somebody else is going through because they seem like, independent and everything.
Right. No, for sure. I 100% agree with that because a lot of people can seem like they're okay and they're functional, but like you said, we don't know what people are going through behind closed doors or what they're dealing with internally at that. So, I personally have dealt with that,
Mhm.
with me having my own internal battles and, not knowing how to speak on it or if I should even say anything. So you kind of like just stuff it down and you kind of just suppress it. But in all actuality, that just makes it a whole lot worse.
It's like a ticking time bomb that's ready to go off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. So, I mean, that's good. I mean, see, I never knew that, we never had those type of conversations, but, you know, I feel like we're so much alike. You're very so much like me in a lot of ways, and it's crazy because seeing how the distance has kept us apart or whatever. But like you're just so much like me
Mhm.
that I always tell you like if you need to talk to me, you can always reach out to me. I'm always here for you. Like it doesn't matter what time of the day it is. Like I'm always gonna answer you when you reach out. And, if you need to talk to me or you need my advice on something, I'm always gonna try to do my best to, help you out in that sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course. That's what I'm here for. This has been amazing. I'm so glad that we were able to, you know, kind of get together and have a conversation.
Yeah.
Um, and your birthday, I wish I could just like drive to New York and like go chill with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'll be honest with you. Like back in the days, Like I used to do that drive like it was nothing. I feel like now it's just like it's so brutal, and
Yeah.
that drive through Connecticut is just so exhausting. Like it's OD.
Yeah, I remember when I would be in the car when, you would pick me up and we'd go back and I'd be like, we still here in the middle of nowhere? Like we're not there yet. And I'd be thinking like, you're telling me that you came from Mass and then you came to New York and then you're going back and doing it again. Like, how do you do that?
No, you know what's funny? Like when I would do those trips, like when I would go pick you up, like I would literally be on the road for 8 hours nonstop because I would legit leave Mass and drive to New York to go pick you up, and then we would like just jump on the highway and go.
Yeah. I remember you when Julie she had to come and y'all would switch. You guys would switch because you started getting tired. I started catching up to you, so you guys had to,
No,
switch. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, that's no joke, man. That drive is like brutal. Like be and like I said, I mean, I'm getting older, but back in the day, I used to take them trips to New York like it was nothing. Like I'm like, yo, let's go, we out. But yeah, that definitely Connecticut is just like driving to New York. Connecticut is just like the longest state. Like it just feels. I feel like it's like a 4 hour drive, and I promise you, like maybe 2.5 to 3 hours of that trip is just Connecticut alone.
hmm I remember
So
I had a college trip to come and it was in Connecticut. It was like deep Connecticut. I don't know where specifically, but it was like about we left New York about like 9. Didn't even get to the college until like 1, which was insane to me. So we barely even spent any time like viewing the college. We viewed it a little bit, but we didn't go into depth as much as like the other people, because a lot of the um other students like they stayed in New York to do their college tours. But the college that I went, it's a specific group, so it's like basically the student with like the highest GPA out of all like of the other students.
right,
So I went with that group, and I don't we didn't get back until late. It was like I didn't get home until like 7.
I
Yeah,
think I think the school was like in Hartford.
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, mind you, Hartford is only I think it's like 2.5 hours from here. So
Mm.
like yeah, so that's I mean that's like almost half the trip.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it was you or Little. One of you guys texted me. It was like that. I think it was Little. It might have been Little. That the college that it was at was actually like not a bad drive from
Right.
Math. It wasn't that bad. I was like, oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that drive felt
Yeah,
forever.
yeah, for me Hartford is like kind of like my halfway point. Like I already know like I'm halfway to New York.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh so do you have any questions for your daddy?
Not really questions, but this was fun, and I'm glad that, I got to come on here and I completed the square. I completed the square, guys. You already know
Yay!
the queen had to come, best for last, love on my siblings, but I mean, come on.
You and Nana are the same because she's like she be on that mindset, and I'll be like, okay, I'll be like, yes, queen. She's too funny. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they're
I
my
was
twins.
yeah, I was literally I think I was talking to Nana about that. I was like, it's so funny, like you guys are all have like your own personalities, but in a lot of ways you're very similar.
Hmm.
Like it's crazy.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I can't wait for us to like, kind of have like a reunion and get together. So, I mean, I think we should definitely plan that out.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously not this summer because, you have your internship and, you know,
Yeah.
and I want you to definitely enjoy the little bit of time that you have before you have to go back to school. But maybe, I don't know, maybe for like Thanksgiving or something, we can try to see if, you know.
We can definitely do Thanksgiving break. That'd be dope.
Yeah, that would be dope. That would give us some time to, spend together before you go off to college. Like, that's crazy to me. Yo.
Dang, I'm really getting old. I don't like that.
It's happening, baby, in real time.
I miss being spoiled with a whole bunch of Barbie dolls and like teddy bears and stuff like that. Now I'm being spoiled with paperwork and bills and stuff like that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to
Yo,
do that.
listen, talk to your brother, cause that man be talking about adulting like it's nobody's business. He's like, I wasn't ready for this. Like he hasn't come to terms with it.
Little be working though. He be working.
No, he does. He does. And that's one thing I can say about your brother is that he very has very good work ethic, and
Hmm.
when it comes to like his job, like he's dedicated and like he gets it done.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm super glad that you came on, and I'm excited for your internship. Like I need the deets once you're doing it and you fill me in. I mean, obviously
I'll,
we're gonna check in. So I mean, but
I'm gonna send you a picture of me in my uniform because I gotta wear like the nurse scrubs. So I gotta send you like first
th-
day.
that's dope. That's dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
man, my baby growing up, man. It's crazy. Yeah, it be so surreal for me sometimes. I'm like, nah, this shit ain't even real for me. It's not real for me at
Yeah.
all. Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah. But thank you, mommy. I love you with all my heart, and I hope that we can continue to have these kind of conversations off the podcast, and get to
Yeah.
know each other a little bit more.
I feel like people should give us like, where we come up with like a topic, because I could talk for hours and days about any. Give me a topic. That would be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Maybe we could have you come back on, like, before you go back to school, and we can talk about your internship and stuff like that.
Yeah,
We'll
be
plan it
cool.
out. We'll plan it
Yeah.
out. All right, guys, to all my listeners out there, thank you for showing up and giving your support. If you are new to the podcast, thank you for tuning in. We hope to have you guys come back, and we'll catch you guys next time.